Xenobiotics, something created artificially in a lab that doesn't exist in nature, can never be found and never was in nature. So those things are what a lot of people are taking, and they're in our food supply, they're in our water supply, and they're airborne, we're breathing them. So that's what's fouling up the nest inside. And so what you and I have is the challenge of dealing with a person who is coming to us with this myriad of complex disorders or health challenges, and like the doctors, we don't really know what's wrong with them. But I believe that exercise, performed correctly, and optimum nutrition will cure 95% of the human condition. It really will. It's the most reliable thing that I've ever seen. If you think that modern medicine knows anything about nutrition, just look at what they feed people in hospitals. And they're the ones in charge of that. These hospitals generate millions of dollars, and most of it is profit, and their profit. They actually skimp out on the nutrition. And they find ways to find the cheapest food to feed the hospital patient, which is absolute insanity. It is in contrast to all of the science. So if they're scientific, and they're always bitching like hell that the alternative integrative people are non-scientific, look at the food they feed their patients. Is that based on science? Is your paradigm of nutrition based on molecular biochemistry and science? Is this the ideal thing? There's so much that's not true in this life that people hold on to as if it's absolute truth. But a lot of it, to me, seems to be handed down and is carved out by a past that is really mysterious and dark and unknown. Now, if you were into a religion and you actually said that you were a Hindu or a Buddhist, wouldn't it make sense to read the book that describes how to live? So I think this is all analogous to health and fitness. People have no book. They weren't born with a manual, an owner's manual. So that's kind of how I wanted the CSNA to be, an owner's manual, so that I could give it to anybody, a young person, middle-aged, older, and then they would learn the principles so that they could get well and stay well. And ultimately, what is our purpose? What part do I play in this? For me, when I was very young, I kind of figured it out kind of early, that it would be better to live well and long with no disease, that's better, than to stretch it out and live in misery and in agony. That just seems so obvious to me. But then I also learned that that doesn't happen by accident. The work of health